Guys, I have reached 100,000 and I want to tell you guys a story. But in response to a certain comment, in certain type of comments, subscribe, make me famous, and maybe I will get an editor. Let's go, bro. That's crazy, right? Because I'm not doing enough things already. There's all kinds of different sentiment floating around because I'm always a different person. I care about different things every single time, not to be bored while I sit here in prison of, my own hobbies and my own interests that doesn't interest anyone else because it's not good enough for them. But at least I know it's wholesome and positive and important. Are you ready to stick around and find out how we got here? Because the finale is pretty important. The most important thing in Influence Tracker is sorting system. A system that I hit 100,000 with, and I haven't yet finished that. We're gonna finish the final touches and I'm gonna be happy when it's done. Like, I'll be able to restart my computer finally, add more RAM to it, do normal things like a normal human being finally. Because without RAM you can't do shit. The computer does not function. I literally exceed 80% of 16 gigabytes. I don't know about you, like it's a work computer. But somehow I managed to raise eyebrows on that one. Like, nope. I need more. Lots and lots. So yeah, we're gonna talk about programming in this particular part of the code, which still has to get sorted a little bit. It's a very interesting part. The final thing I wanted to do is to fix lag. And it took me a long time, but this was the last thing on my list because it's like very complicated. And there's a lag spike that happens anytime I try to get the simple number 2. Number 51. I want to get the simple number every single time I get like 10 points. So I can grab it right now. Maybe you have spotted the lag spike. I try to like move the button around so you can see it. I think I have solved it. It's very significant because lag spike means that I'm doing something inefficiently. Potentially. Maybe there's no better way to do it, but my computer has to do things instantly, right? It's so fast. It shouldn't be fucking hiccup in there. And I think I was able to do it. I'll show you an example now. A proof of concept. You still have to like spot the lag, so I'll try to maximize. We're at 60, right? And there was no lag spike. I'll try again, bro. No lag spike. We fixed it, bro. So that's step number 1. The final step is, that's the step that took me a long time to do. Fixing lag spike is no fucking joke because you have to optimize the code. You have to break it down. You have to find a better way to do it. And I've done all these things. Very nice. Very fucking mind-blowing to me. I got really upset because I had to do some crazy shit. I probably can just show you guys the footage of me doing it. But the basic idea of sorting is that you have a bunch of elements, right? And they usually range from values like 1 to 10,000 or more. Right? But normally, there's a group of 1 to 10, pretty big group, or 1 to 100s. Then there's a group from 100s to 1000s over here. And then there is the plus group over here. Very nice stuff. Very simple. And the way it looks in the code, it's math. It's fucking math, bro. And math is hard. And math looks like this. The way it looks like in a graph, it's a graph, guys. You have to read a graph. And graphs are complicated to read for processors, alright? That's what I got as a graph. The way it looks like in the cleanest fucking form in programming is lines. Bam, 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 and bam slam. Here you go. That's 4 lines. You can do it in 3 lines. You can fucking simplify that. I do it in 4 lines. Alright? And it still looks good. You zoom out, it's just like, I don't give a fuck about this thing. I don't give a fuck. It functions just like it intended. Kind of, right? There still is a little bit of a hiccup in there. Hiccup that we have to just simply brute force fix it. Right? We have to go through the entire array and cone it. Scan it, basically. To make sure that everything goes in the right place. To do that, however, this might actually cause the lag spike to return, and I'll eat my shoes. You know, because I haven't made any fucking progress. But at least I got new piles of code to work with, new tools, basically. Just to draw a line is pretty difficult, because line is made out of 4 things, right? X, Y, X, Y. 2 points in space. That's a line. So it's still fairly complicated. Now, if you want to draw 2 lines joined together, you just need another XY. You just need another point, right? That's great. But we're also talking about space of 0 to 1 or whatever. You know, ratios of some kind. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more complicated, I guess. But I'll show you. I'll show you how fucking terrifying it is. Because I asked AI to do this thing. But you just do it, you do it the crude way first. And then you hire a mathematician to do it for you and whatnot to optimize. If you're desperate to get that, you know, smoothness, you know, smooth of the butt cracks. But as a programmer, you do everything crudely. There's no escape. If you want to do it fast, you don't have time to learn math. Like, that's fucking garbage. You just have time to learn logic. That's the only thing you're left with. This is how it looks like in code. I call it rats because ratio, guys. Because ratio. This is how it looks like in code. Everything else is like deprecated to the deepest parts of my soul. I'm gonna just throw it in there. This is a copy of old sorting system. I'm very excited. Like, if this works with a lot of things. A lot more things, bro. And I can just outsource it as well. There's a lot of things I can do. Man. Outsource the sorting system. Meaning I can just type in sort to any array. Well, list. I would rather use list, but I can spit out an array anyways. I can use this and then say sort, and it will sort the thing for me. You would think like, oh, sorting's so fucking easy. It's just a little bit of lag spike with the bubble sort. But you have to find the best sorting system imaginable. The best one. There is one. There is one. There is the best one. And a little bit of scan Like bubble sort, if you know what it is, it scans the array that many times. The length of the array amount of times, just to make sure. But if you vaguely know where things have to go, you put them in that order, and then you scan a few times, and you should be good to go. You don't need to scan a 50,000 size array 50,000 times. If things are vaguely in the right position, you will only need to scan as long as it's not sorted, right? As long as there's something to sort. And you can probably just like leave like 3 errors in there in case things are like too complicated. I mean, things are not sorting out, not sorting themselves out. If things stop sorting themselves out, you can also stop the array. We're gonna do all of this because I haven't done it. It's theoretical, right? But yeah, I'm gonna show a graphic of bubble sort. We should react to sorting systems in general. Bubble sorts and others. Now this is what people show usually. It's painful. It is absolutely painful. You must understand. Because when it sees a very small value or a very high value, right now it's trying to sort to high values, it picks up a high value and then drags it. Fucking has to drag the thing. If things are vaguely well sorted, if there's just like a little bumpiness going on, I think bubble sorts would be great in those special occasions. Even this is not good. This is like, there's very deep values in there. Eventually gets faster, but holy Jesus. This whole animation takes a whole minute. Now, does the dude have uploaded better sorts? We'll never know. Seems like a bubble sort again. Just backwards. And bubble sort is complicated enough. I literally don't want to watch none of these things. Because holy shit. Why doesn't it show the size of the array though? That's crazy. What's the point if I don't know the size of the array? None of these numbers matter. Like, literally. I don't know, man. Too complicated.
Be accomplished with dozens of...
yeah, this is disturbing to me.
One optimal
Okay, maybe this guy is gonna be fine.
approach. Modern languages have built-in functions to do the heavy lifting for you, but you won't always have a possible challenge.
So, I basically get to compare my notes because I have the sorting system of my own. And maybe no one fucking done it like I did. Technically, it's still not finished. I still have to scan sort a little bit. But we'll see.
However, which is a high...
And maybe there's a better scan sort going on. Like, you can drag multiple values or something.
Special algorithm we'll implement is bubble sort, which in my opinion is the easiest one to wrap your head around. It works by comparing adjacent elements, then swaps them if they're in the wrong order, which allows smaller elements to bubble to the top of the list. First, we'll smaller, at which point we can insert the current element. Here's what it looks like in action.
Yeah, obviously if you beat bubble sort, you feel pretty fucking good. And now I feel like shit because this seems like a normal array now. This seems like something you want to do over bubble sort. And it's still fairly simple, like, what? Crazy, right? You take these values and you see where they land in the array. Just kind of scan down the array, pick up a value, bam. Okay, you go here. That's insertion. The way I do it is I insert things in somewhat empty array. Right? There's an empty array of like 5,000 elements, 50,000 elements. So there's just like general space for me to insert things. And I generally know where those things are going to go based on these lines. All right? Based on just the distribution idea that the values are going to be distributed fairly equally in terms of how much you can achieve. This is achievement distribution. So most people are only going to achieve 100s, then some people are going to achieve 1000s, and some value is going to reach higher. But it's a very specific thing, right? Well, not exactly. This can also be used as distance, to find distant points or whatever in space. But this is a very interesting thing because, again, I have not looked at other people's notes, and if you can beat insertion sorts, I will start sweating.
Once again, we have a nested loop here, which results in quadratic time complexity, but in practice it can still be pretty fast if the input data is already mostly sorted. Another similar approach is select.
Mostly sorted, yeah. So I would rather use insertion instead of whatever it is, right?
In this nest.
Now we're looking for selection. Still don't quite understand.
If the input data is already mostly sorted. Another similar approach is selection sort. It works by finding the smallest element in the array and exchanges it with the element at the beginning, then repeats this process until it's fully sorted. Once again, we loop over the entire array.
Okay.
And then add it.
Similar in power level. Let's go.
A nest.
It's still very, very bubbly, these sorting systems.
And
in terms of they go here into the red lines.
Merge sort into subarrays, sort them, and then merge them back together.
Retarded? What is going on here?
Unlike the other half at the midpoint using splice, and then we call the same function on both halves. But in order for that to work, we'll also need to implement a merge function that does the actual sorting. It loops over both arrays simultaneously, compares their values, and adds them in order to a new array. Then
my God. Okay, like let's not do that one.
finally, it merges everything back. Here's how it looks.
All of a sudden, now my self-esteem has been fed of like, yep, I got this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, that's so fucking cool. It's technically, like, the merge sort is very close to, like, something like selection sort, where you take these values, create arrays, and then merge arrays. So it's like the opposite is happening than whatever this thing is describing. Right, there's an array. It starts reading these values. Then it just basically makes the array smaller and uses other sorts. This is how I understand it. Right? Just takes this, sorts it out a little bit, takes this chunk, sorts it out, takes another chunk, creates a bunch of arrays basically. But it's just like, it's not even like that good in terms of like coding, right? I can't understand exactly. And then like it tries to merge, which is kind of cool actually, right? Because it's still like incline, right? He's still climbing. Wait, this could be even cooler though. I'm sure things are gonna get more simplified, right? As we go. I do like the merge idea.
It's a bit more complex to implement, but performs implemented under the hood for array sort in JavaScript, as well as many other languages and applications. One drawback, though,
you gotta hate how, I mean, the same shit is being fucking shown. The 2013, whatever this thing is, as well. Sure. Because again, I don't know how many fucking elements in there actually are.
over those buckets and has a array itself.
Alright. This seems fucking normal. This is very, very close to what I'm doing.
Next up, we have radix sort, which was created all the way back in the 1800s for tabulating machines. It's still used today on values like integers or binary strings because it takes a unique approach where it groups items that share the same significant position or place value. The implementation is a bit more complex, but basically it works like this. It splits the elements of the array into 10 buckets, one for each digit, 0 through 9. It then
one for each digit is what we're talking about, right? I'm talking about kind of digit heads numbers in here. But we don't need to worry about 0 through 9 nonsense, because we sort of know where things supposed to go. And like, we don't have to overcomplicate things anyways. It's just a logarithmic scale where the number of digits or how big the number is not exactly the idea here, but yeah, the number of digits is the actual thing that you worry about. So 100 has 3 digits, 1000 has 4 digits. While you can have a 999, it's barely gonna be 4 times like more relevant than, or twice as more relevant, or like 1999, right? Than 19. Only twice as more relevant. And potentially not even that. So here you go. For me, I take half space here, then another half, and another half. That's still logarithmic scale. But it's sort of like backwards, because it scales down. You know, it takes half space every single time for every single digit. So in actuality, digit number 4 is like 40% more relevant. But technically from digit 3 to digit 4, you get like 10% of space for all the numbers. Because there's a occurrence rating to these numbers. Again, this is probably not great in most situations, except mine. But this shit probably occurs in nature way too often as well, so who knows?
leaps over those buckets and
Who knows how subjective or objective
has a
this
nested
is.
loop place going from 0 to 9, which provides a bunch of sorted buckets that are combined back into the original array. What's interesting here is that there's no direct comparison going on. We're only looking at the underlying digits. This implementation is called LSD, or least significant digit, but it's also possible to work in the other.
There's a lot of code stuff going on here. Let's try and isolate how my sorting array looks like. All I do is use this hype function, which gives us a value, right? I input a value here, and I get an output value here. Basically, I read the graph. All right, I give an X, and I get a Y output. So that's what the hype function is. Then I insert the value, and pretty much we're already have sorted the array. I don't even fucking sort the array. I just have a big array of 50 elements, 50,000 elements. I insert the number, and you leave it there. That's it. Sorted. That's how simple it is, bro. I mean, it's 2 lines of codes pretty much. 2 lines. But to find those 2 lines of code, to figure out the logic behind them, to know how much you will have to pay for copying and pasting my code, bitch. Nah. I'm kind of serious. One view on this video, you have to give me $1.
Other direction with
$1 is all I need.
most.
That's pretty cool. Let's check it out. See, the problem is, like, it already shows you as. It shows you as. What it's supposed to show you is a new array being created for the sake of supporting this thing. Instead of, like, swapping values or whatever. Like, what the fuck's the point? Just create a new array. The problem of creating new arrays, potentially, that is the lag spike. Creating big arrays, but I create a list. I just insert values. That was the eureka moment of, like, shit, I can just insert inside the list wherever I want. I can keep inserting values. Lists are so much better than motherfucking arrays. And when I said I need $1, I wasn't joking. Well, I need $1, that's what I need. This fucking stuck around, wasn't it? I wonder how often they uploaded I need $1. Because it's a long... It might be a long-lasting theme. Or just something that glitched on me. Really? Really? I've seen it twice. I've seen it fucking twice, bro. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, I started thinking of, like, shit, this is a meme now. The post I need $1 every now and then, you know, as a advertisement. What the fuck is happening, bro?
And finally, I saved the worst for last, BOGO sort.
The worst? Oh, come on. Just the fuck off. So my notes beat his notes. His notes are 1 year old. Alright? I win. The sort wars. It's the easiest, fucking the most simplest sorting system in the universe, bro. There is 3 lines of code, unfortunately. 3. I'm sorry. You need to know what rat is. Rat is just ratio. Alright? It's just two lines where I translate from 10 to 100 to 9 to 100. Right? This is what I mean. So, a ratio of 10 into 100, which is this bracket right here, you know, the major bracket of numbers. It's a percentage, basically. Alright? Because you kind of want to vaguely know what the maximum value is, but not necessarily. I think, yeah. Interesting. We'll see. Like, the ratio is going to be upgraded a little bit more. And I give a certain amount of space. So I give 10% of space. So we squeeze this, we translate this into that. Meaning that at the start, you probably, like, multiply by 9. At the end, you end up, like, multiplying by 10. Or multiplying by nothing. But this is not how you do it. Right? It's a simple function. The ratio translation function looks like this. First of all, we discard something that goes outside of the ratio. If the value is outside of a ratio, I don't need it. So if you have a number 9, and it has that, well, it's outside, I don't give a fuck. Use a different converter, basically. Now, these converters do entangle with each other. Rats can entangle with each other. The order matters, unfortunately, because it keeps changing the x value. So, that sucks. It is what it is. I probably can do it differently. Of course, in programming, there's many, many ways to do things. So, that's the actual return function. There's literally like 6 floats. And the initial float of x. So you take Okay, we have like 12. I take away this number, I get 2. Then I see I divide it by 90, because that's the size of this array. The size of this array is 10, so I multiply by 10, and I add 90 because that's where it starts, right? So what we would get is something. All right, just good enough, right? I tested, it works. That's the whole point. So if you have something like 20, it would probably translate to like 92, right? We just need to translate a value from one ratio to the other. And this way we get these lines somehow, right? I'm not gonna explain you guys right now how this shit translates to lines, but the idea is that if you, within this bracket, or like this bracket, right? It has this sort of like ratio going on. This ratio over here. So it sort of like grabs that ratio. It does translate to that. To that like 80 to 90 area, right? Where the point goes from this to this. Very interesting stuff. And again, it's a somewhat crude way to do it, but if you know what kind of array you're dealing with, what kind of numbers you're dealing with, you can just use that, and it will sort of automatically sort itself. We just need some finishing touches, so to speak. So in total, it's actually like 5 lines, because this one's pretty fucking long. Or as a function, or like 2 functions, 2 lines each, and then you just execute the function and insert things into the array, and here you go, bro. And yes, I squeeze my code, unlike my videos that are 1 hour long. I squeeze my code into big chunks, basically, that you read like a normal text. Back in the day, you wouldn't be able to do that, but you can, because you can highlight important elements and you can understand how those important elements interact with the code, where they exist. So I just, went into the future and give you guys a more compact, more interesting code to look at. Not like something you have to scroll a bunch to navigate. Like, that's cringe to me. I will always point that out when I have a chance, because people cringe the shit out of me. Meow, 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 give me some little bit of code. Oh my god, it's so ugly. Oh my god, it's ugly, guys. I have seen way uglier shit. When I ask for like a simple function, it spits out like 20 lines of code. And I simplify to 1 line of code. And it's like, shit. I think my coding, visual coding, is like, it's a little bit more compact and better to look at than 20 lines of code to scroll through. Fuck that. Anyways, so we did the insertion thing. How does it work, right? How well does it work? Also, what the fuck did I do? Oh, what's the new guy? Oh. What? Shit, I don't know, man. Alright, I see. Alright. Let's see how well it works, and then I will do the little bit of scan sorts to put things in the right order. So yeah, now it's a little bit of a coding challenge on top of everything. We got that mental picture. Bam. Slam. Alright, I'll show you the context for what we're gonna be doing to finalize. And then we just see footage of me complaining and being very angry and just funny memes, guys. Because you have to calm down, you have to fucking nail it. If you get out of control, if your mood is out of control, you're not gonna succeed in much at all. So you gotta calm down, you gotta take some time, gotta take another day until you find yourself doing great things. So we have this insertion array thing going on where we insert values based on how big those values are, but not in a linear scale, in the scale of those 4 lines, right? It's the logarithmic scale. Now, first of all, you see also the flaws in just videos themselves. They're just trying to be entertaining desperately because they can't actually do a functional explanation of how to do things. Like, actually, they can't invent new things by any means. They can just explain facts that already exist. So you shouldn't be too impressed by well-edited videos, because you're probably just getting a regurgitated fact that means absolutely nothing. On this channel, if you subscribed, because you should have done that already, you get education, like straight-up education. Anything that I learn using my logical skills, my big brain, you should probably learn that too, because I'm very kind to myself. I'm just one human being learning thousands of things. Anyways, and sorting system is like ridiculously fundamental to every single operating system I don't even understand. Like, you must understand, like, there is this sorting system that does not work. How long do you think something is gonna happen when I fucking type in a fucking word? Snap. What's gonna happen? Well, it took a little bit of time. But imagine all the people. Imagine having 21,000 elements. What about now? Where can I find Monica? Yes, I can. Shit. Fucking Windows started working again, because it usually doesn't work. I just wanted to do an example, guys. Man, that fucking sucks. That took like 3 seconds, though, still. I can find Monica instantly, but that's just me. Alright, so what we're gonna do is scan the array, and we have to sort it. But we have to still find a good sort method, because whatever we have seen, I don't understand. And bubble sort, just simple scan sort, is probably not gonna do the trick. But we can try it, right? We can try, see what happens. But in order to bubble sort, you must understand, these are IDs. These are no longer values. I don't put IDs into the array. I mean, I don't put values into the array. This value that's supposed to be like, 1950 or whatever, over here, turns into an ID of like 25. Or just a big ID. But this is a card, a reference to a card. So a card 25 would give me all the details about whatever 1950 is. It could be influence, it could be a year, and then it gives me all the details about the year once I insert the ID. What I need to do is stitch these numbers together into a string, the important number, and then the ID number. Then I can sort by using the important number, because it's still there. It's still there, guys. So I can compare it with other numbers, right? To see which one's bigger. And then swap the values, or just insert it where it belongs. I don't know. I have to very carefully think how I want to do this. But that's the major step, that I cannot no longer use IDs. I have to use a full string thing. Alright. And that's it. But can I find a better sort than just scanning and swapping values? It's a tough one, isn't it? I just have to try scan sorts and see if it just solves the problem that I have. because things, again, are generally sorted. When the scan sort happens, in the end it will output a number. How many sorts it have done? It have done like more than 10 sorts, then it did its job, and it should probably do another, scan. Just to see how many scans we make. So the swaps, and then scans. I need a scan number to see how many scans I needed to do until it stopped sorting things. Until it stopped being like efficient and stuff. And I can just leave it as it is, basically. I would be very happy if the swaps go down to 0, but I don't give a fuck that much. If like 10 elements in a 50,000 array is slightly offset, like I don't care. 10 elements, bro? Slightly? I will leave room for error because that's a very cool thing to do in programming, because you know how much effort you have to put just to find a needle in a haystack and put it in the right place. The fucking needle? I don't give a fuck about needle. Die from it. Fucking die from it, bro. Alright, let's get to work. It's still hard for me to believe, like, oh, but it's just 5 lines of code, and most of those lines of code are useful for other purposes. Or can still be optimized to 3 lines of code. Thank you very much. Yep. I think I have a better idea. So, you pick up elements from the array, right? Why pick up just 1 element? Pick up 5 or more. We're not going to do scan array to sort until, I want to do that. I really don't want to do that right now, because I have found something even better. So scan sorting, great, fine, whatever. Yeah, you imagine you're in office space and you're sorting things very, very neatly, putting that needle in a haystack. Moments, you do that. What I want to do is pick up 5 elements and constantly spit you the smallest one. Alright, or based on the arrangement of things, whatever you like. You want the biggest one, the smallest one, I'm gonna spit that shit out. I think that's the best idea. You pick up 1 element constantly, you add it into this element of 5, spit out the smallest one. Now, it's a little bit insane, right? Because there's still a lot of things being read. But it seems like a very good idea for me. Somehow. By the way, a good sorting system, you don't understand. I use this sorting system, this linear or logarithmic sorting, to do raycasting. Ray traced rendering. I showed it. It worked, and I can make it better and faster. And collaborate with people and make ray tracing fully, like, render things, really crazy things, basically, really fast. Render Minecraft instantly, no lag for no loading for Minecraft potentially. Because why fucking load Minecraft? Nobody cares. You just load like a few items in there that have been changed or whatever. But no, Minecraft is like crazy optimized. I looked at it, I was fucking shocked. I just want to flex. Anyways, let's keep going. I mean, I feel like this is a cool idea, but I have to access all the cards. And then it's like, okay, I'm accessing too many items now. I do want to just get the scan sorts in place, because it allows me to do something else. It allows me to sort an array over time. I can scan the array once, and I will get a lot of progress done. And I can double check, right? After scanning the array, what happens. It's literally bubble sort, but yeah. Yeah, it's Literally bubble sort. But once. Once per whatever. Like, if you have giant array, you think the elements in that array are gonna fucking keep on changing as if, like, things are out of control? No, like, one thing is gonna go here, and maybe you have to resort it again. And that's it. Like, things are not gonna move that much. If I click a button, I get 1 point. That 1 point literally does nothing. I don't get to first place because of that 1 point. A Hearthstone is already ahead of me and collected 3,000. I'm very close, but nothing's gonna swap. So yeah, let's do just scan sorting. Simple and effective. Well, maybe not. Because maybe the biggest problem that gave me lag is the fact that this is integer and I will turn it back into string, and string is fucking cancer. It's just what it is. So the next thing I can do is create two parallel arrays. That's probably the best bet because holy shit, you don't want to create a string array by any means. You will eat your shoes if you want string array of 50,000 elements. String array, are you sure, bro? So it's a parallel big array 2. And we're gonna sort it using that. When we insert an element, we're gonna insert an element inside the big array 2. And we're gonna insert the card influence, which is CII. C influence. And we go through all the elements. I want to show you the array and how it looks like in action. It's going to be very difficult to zoom in. But top 1 to top 500, right? And we're going to zoom into random sort pile of numbers. Random pile of numbers. They're not supposed to be exactly sorted, but they might accidentally be already sorted. This is like, that's it. Those 5 lines of code give me this. So let's see if this is sorted. Sorted. I'm sorry, guys. I missed. I'm sorry. You know, that's why the scan sort is just like gonna fix some mistakes and that's it, and probably is not even necessary. Alright, let's see if it's sorted. Oh my god, I found an error. I found error, guys. Holy shit. We just need like 1 swap in there. Sorted. Oh my god, there's the error here. Oh my god, that's crazy. Sorted. Like, this is how stupid it is, right? I just need like 1 scan. And that's it. I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 2 manual scans. I'm not gonna like double them and merge them together. I'm gonna just do 2 manual scans. See what I get spit out as a result. There is obviously a problem. Alright? If we're doing this, what we might want to do is remove all the empty elements. Because things are like generally sorted already. And if we want to keep sorting things, we have to remove the zeros, basically. So things that we already inserted, we already have this like 50,000 array. All we have to do now is do this thing, where it checks if it's a 0, and then we just like remove the array element. Alright guys, this is going to be intense work, so I'm only going to show you the ending of me finalizing. There's a lot of testing to do, I can't just talk about everything. Great, so it finds 750 cards and shrinks down the array. This is so annoying because I feel like I can optimize everything. Like, literally my code looks like ass right now. Fuck. You have to rewrite everything now. And write that stupid ray tracing rendering. I think I still need parallel arrays. But it's not too deep. Then I remove. And I probably can, like, make this array even smaller. We'll see. One song is stuck in my head, bro. XEX 1999. Man, this is not how you fucking do sorting. You do A1, A2. You will assign these values. I mean, this is not how you do swapping. I used this method of, like, taking a temporary value. This is fucking garbage. No temporary values. These, second value has to be smaller than the first value. Then you know it's misaligned. And then it swaps. And we have all the values to swap it with. So this becomes A2 and this becomes A1. Simple as that. And it doesn't require this temporary garbage. And it fits in one line too. But I don't want it to fit in one line because I need to add a swap in there. Swap plus plus. And then I see how many swaps do we make first time and second time. Because we do the same thing twice. Swaps, logs, log. Swaps, log. And set swaps to 0 to see the difference fully. Should work. It does 124 swords. And that's it. Top or swaps. That one spit out a bunch of results. What the fuck? This has to happen after. It actually lagged a little bit. But we did way too much work than we needed to. This is the final code, I think. We never know, but I think I fixed the major flaw. Bam, slam. We outsource it. So it's separated. That's not cool. I don't want 24,000 swaps. Why it doesn't remove the elements? Shit. I have no idea what the fuck's going on right now. How the fuck are there 25,000 elements surviving? I inserted just 900 or 700. That is so ridiculous. I have 387 elements sent to me. What the fuck is happening right now? If there's 387 elements, why is the array so big? Yeah, I can actually see the full array, and it's filled with 0 still. This little bitch. I guess let's ask AI, because I can't do a simple fucking function of removing zeros, bro. Remove all. Well, that's fucking cute. Alright, I got all the things. Apparently this is how you write remove all zeros. What is this shit? What is this? Square number. This looks fucking good though. Fucking lambda? This is a scary one, bro. Lambda expressions. This is some crazy shit. Well, so much I don't know. And Lambda looks like a cool little guy that I want to get to know. at some point. What? It doesn't even show lambda here. It just says average and met. What do you mean? I can just do that? Fucking degenerates anyways. Let's see how many swaps we do. Swappy swaps. Are you guys excited? Same amount of swaps. What the fuck? You can't do that to me. I'm a queen. I'm a Disney princess. And it fucked it up. The Disney and Todd Howard. I don't get it, man. It's fucking disgusting. It's like the same thing. I'm trying to change the array, but it doesn't fucking do that. Iterate in reverse order. Son of a bitches. Doesn't explain how to fix this part. I guess it does explain. What? What just happened? I mean, I guess some cards have zeros, yeah. This is so interesting to me. I'm gonna fucking copy and paste this a bunch more times. Alright, let's see it. Oh boy, it went down to 4 swaps. So it's read the array like 5 times. Alright. And I probably can live with like 4 errors in the array, right? Easy peasy. Alright, guys. This has been a wild ride. Let's just double check that everything is like precisely as we want. That we're not gonna find a single error even if we look very hard. Because we have to look at like 700 elements anyways. Are you fucking kidding me? I still didn't swap... yeah, of course I didn't swap things. Because it doesn't... but, like, why? It should. What's going on? Why is not swapping things? Come on, man. When people are inventing sorting arrays and I'm just like, I can't swap 2 values, guys. Very hard. It's annoying because it looks clean here. Pretty much. It looks sorted. I mean, there's some kind of logical error going on. It's so disgusting. It shows normal values. Man, it's fucking cringe. There's something else going on, too. Never mind. Yeah, of course. How? How did I even fail this hard? Of course. Alright, let's see if we're done. It gets very annoying. As I've said, we're not gonna find any errors, are we now? Nope. Nothing. Try, my friends, try. Hard. Look harder, bro. Look fucking harder. Can't find nothing. We did it. And it gets to 4 swords the same way. Oh my god. We did it, guys. Thank you for watching. This was a fucking long journey. Let's grab some highlights. I need $1, faster. Faster. Fucking sword things faster. Stupid. Ask. Just 50%. Well, 100. There's a line by size. Simple as that. What the fuck? Thing that happens. Technically, I'm drawing this lines. You'll be hyperbolas, bro, because that's math. That is fucking crazy. Blah, blah. The 1%. No, like, times function no more. When we started from 0 to 1, I can do a times function This is a completely different function. It's a range function. Still, ratio true, right? The ratio fails. And that's how we roll, boys. So it's gonna be terrible. Unbelievable. Rats eat each other. Fucking rats, bro. Bam, slam. We got it. That's how I want things to work. And on top of that, we can probably summon the function again. No, we can't, because fuck my life. Those catch the fucking error functions, some bullshit like that. I don't get it, man. Well, how is it out of bounds? Huh. Alright, whatever. I'll try to max it. It is fucking horrible. 59, please. I feel like... No way, bro. Yeah, anyways, I mean... It was a 1 hour of torture visualized, but it was actually like 6 hours of torture. And we're done. It's game over. We win. I'm free in 100,000 because I have improved the most key element of my engine. See you guys next time. Oh, wait 1 second. The biggest highlight of them all, of course. Me hitting 100,000. Did I actually film that thing? Because I don't think I did. I was able to do it. But even a fucking 500,000 size array does not sort my shit. No, does not work. I don't know how to make it work. Now it's just, I love the challenge. It's fascinating to me. Because there's something wrong beyond just like the regular shit. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm very glad we did it. Just the mood is off until I fix it. You know, we can fix the mood too. See you guys next time.